Welcome to your doom.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
It's more cuttable than a little Jewish baby's penis.
There you go. Yeah. You're like, they were getting like syphilis.
What?
Yeah, because
Am I getting syphilis?
No, the rabbis were like
buddy.
the rabbis like licked the foreskin or something like that.
Yeah. Oh no, were they getting herpes?
They were giving the babies fucking herpes.
Yeah, were they blowing them?
No, I don't know. It's like a stamp, I imagine, at the end where you
blow
seal it.
Oh,
yeah, but essentially a rabbi
there we
was
go.
like,
where's our fact checker?
yeah, like if it wasn't like,
yeah, I don't need to Google like rabbi blowing baby penises.
Yeah, like honestly, I might get on Hezbollah's. I'll be on Hezbollah's side on that one.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, my FBI agent's going like, God damn it, is he doing the podcast again, or is he baiting?
Fine with Gaza.
They lick it clean? They lick the penis clean?
It's actually the opposite.
No, they
don't. That's what it was. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah. Circumcision is like
they put their tongue on a baby's penis.
I think it's a very like high form of Jewishness. It's not like every Jewish circumcision.
Like it makes like every time they do it, another curl happens in the
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like a war stripe.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's like whenever they would like come to the house and do it, like a lot of Jewish circumcisions would happen in like a hospital or something. But this would be like
they get a boil,
and the rabbi would come over and he would not take his Valtrex or whatever. And he would lick.
Oy vey. Oh my God. Okay, enough of that.
Yeah. So
I just hate the idea of that.
Yeah.
Why can't you? I mean, if you have to do it, blow a kiss.
Right.
He hates me again.
Yeah.
Attacking me every time.
Can we do like the remember when they were doing the baptisms with the
with
squirt guns,
like misting it,
like during
that wasn't
during
that
like
bad
2020?
That was a good idea. Yeah, it was just holy water.
Yeah.
Why were we ever not doing that?
Yeah. There you go. Shalom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Shalom.
God.
Go back home. Welcome. This is episode 130.
Oh God, my name's Adam Kosher Riley.
My name's Jake Boyle. Bussy.
Boyle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I think YouTube right now is going to scan this and be like, all right, they're canceled.
Yeah,
You're
done.
not even allowed
done.
to do that accent anymore. No East Coast accents.
Yeah. No, okay, so, I'm going to start this off with something that I thought was pretty interesting.
Okay.
I came across an article, and of course, with all things, I had people send me stuff. I'm like, every time I'm like, I'm going to check that before I, like, catfish myself, right? I don't want to pull a bussy there. So anyway... this guy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I saw this post recently on the face base, and I guess you can actually put it in your will if you have a pacemaker, you can put it in your will to have it taken out, and they donate it to a dog.
Why are they short on pacemakers?
Well, I mean, I guess it's obviously much cheaper for a dog that needs a pacemaker to get a used pacemaker because they can't put it in like another human. Right? For whatever reason. I don't know.
I guess I wouldn't know why you wouldn't be. I would think it'd be calibrated for a human.
I like how, I appreciate you saying that because, first and foremost, I would say that, like, my heart skipped a beat when I, like, found this out.
Sure.
But thank you, Tony. All right. So, but I didn't even know that dogs could get pacemakers. Right. But it turns out they've been doing the procedure. They've been giving pacemakers to dogs since, like, the 1980s. But apparently there's, and to go back to what you said, this is a quote. Apparently there's actually no difference between a human and a canine pacemaker. And as
far as the beats per minute or whatever, like
I don't know. I'm not a cardiologist, but like, but I did say like I don't have a pacemaker, but if I did have a pacemaker, I love dogs enough that I'd probably be like, you know what? Before you even put it in me, just donate it right away, right?
Right.
But I do have a quote here. This is from Stacy Leach. She's a professor and researcher at MU's College of Veterinary Medicine. She said, "We welcome pacemaker donations. We can refurbish those and pass the savings on to clients. We understand that many of our clients may not have a ton of money, but plenty of love for their pets." So, I don't know. I thought that was kind of like an interesting fun fact.
Too much for a dog.
Too much for a dog?
Too much. Like, let the dog go across the Rainbow Bridge. Let's not bionic the dog.
Oh, my God, yeah.
If it needs a pacemaker, it's time to go.
I don't know. Fair enough. But, like, also, like...
It probably needs medicine, too. At that point, like, it's...
I just have to say that I just wanted to at least help spread the word to people, so they at least knew that. So listeners, demand that your pacemaker friends update their will and coordinate. I guess you coordinated with your funeral home directors.
I'd rather they make it okay to put a used pacemaker in some guy at a much cheaper cost.
I understand that too. Yeah, I get that.
To hit it with some Clorox bleach and some holy water. Again,
there should be some sort of instead of Toys for Tots, we can. There's got to be some sort of.
I'm sure that pacemaker would last through a couple dogs too. So I guess my next question is, can you reuse a dog pacemaker for another dog?
To another dog?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe I guess that would make it okay if all of a sudden one became 10 dogs worth, or it's gonna stay in the trash. I like it, but that was true then.
Yeah,
it wasn't okay.
I love how tough of a game you're talking here, but I know for a fact you're an animal lover.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're so full of shit.
Well, of course I am. Honestly, this is the thing is I'll make these jokes. I'm like, but if it was my beloved bull terrier who is an idiot and I love her so much, I would literally probably kill a guy to get his pacemaker.
It's some sort of terrible version of the Tooth Fairy.
No, I'd push him off a bridge. I'd be like, excuse me, sir, do you have a N86752 pacemaker? And he'd be like, how do you know that?
Yeah,
just right into the water so he freezes so it doesn't damage it.
I'm just picturing more he'd just be like Terminator, Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Just going through the phone book.
I'd probably fully wake him up Dexter style and explain while he's wrapped in plastic, be like, my dog
he's just tied down. He's like, let me see the dog.
Yeah, she'd be right here breathing on him.
Take it.
He's like, I understand. He pulls the knife into him. That's how alluring a bull terrier.
Harry Carey or whatever.
Yeah, the sacrifice.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, you just said the sacrifice.
Okay.
And you don't even know. I was gonna let you go into something, but I'm gonna just side rail you. Okay. Are you talking about the which one is it? Because Covenant or? You're saying the sacrifice. Remember when?
Talking about Alien?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember when the engineer drinks that
Prometheus
drink?
in the
Prometheus.
beginning.
Okay. That scene is called the sacrifice.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't even gonna.
Explain it for the viewers.
Okay. So in Prometheus, in the very beginning, you actually see the engineer, which is the I guess essentially our creators, but he drinks this drink that I guess, what would you say, disassembles his cells?
Yeah, it's basically like a shot of, what's that whiskey everybody hates? It's like Mullins?
Sure.
Malort. Yeah, it's like a shot of Malort on top of a waterfall. He falls apart.
Yeah, but basically, but his DNA strands separate, and then it goes into the water, and then
you've had Malort,
Yeah,
you wake up on the shore down the river.
You would like Malort. Oh my God. Anyway, so with that being said, that whole scene is called.
I'm gonna put in a video.
Okay, there you go. For the
him
YouTube
falling apart, I'm gonna write. It's a shot of Malort.
Yeah. So for YouTube viewers, there you go. You're
welcome. His arm falls off first.
Yeah, it's a great scene. Yeah. It's a great scene. But the reason why I'm glad that you happen to trigger my memory for that is because Alien Romulus. Have you heard of this?
I have. I'm excited about it.
You have? Okay.
Well,
yeah. Okay. So anyway, director Ridley Scott.
Okay.
He's coming out with a new movie. It's actually going to be in 2024. So coming up here.
Ridley Scott is doing Romulus?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and it will take place. Do you know the premise behind it?
No.
Okay, so it'll take place during the 57-year gap between 1979's Alien and 1986's Aliens.
Okay.
So remember in between those two.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of neat. Obviously, I feel like in Covenant and Prometheus and everything, they have they're like, well, look at this spooky little version of different alien species. Yeah. But I feel like you kind of have to follow if you're going to be canon, right?
Sure.
Right. In between the Alien and Aliens, you're going to have to have the same kind of shit, right?
Yeah, I love the Alien universe.
No, they're fantastic.
There's been a few movies that are like, I wish it had been a little different, but I still like the concept of everything in it. Of course. Yeah.
Now, I do want to say I'm super excited about it, and I was like, well, I'm going to nerd out and just blast a bunch of facts on the podcast about the IMDb page. Sure. So I looked at the IMDb page and to find out more facts, and are you ready for the storyline so far that they have posted?
Yes.
And maybe for the YouTube viewers, you can pull it up because it's pretty intense.
Okay.
Yeah. Buckle up. And I quote, young people from a distant world face the most terrifying life form in the universe.
That's it?
That's the plotline. So there you go. So that's the plot line right now for
That's the plot line for Saw. Actually, I saw this week.
want to play a game.
I saw this week. It was a meme that made me laugh. It was Lisa Simpson, and it just said behind her. She walks up. It just said, "Willy Wonka's just Saw for children." And she's not wrong.
I see it. That's funny.
Well, it sounds great.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So there you go. So that's breaking news for you if you didn't know.
Spoiler. Spoiler. The people will be young. that'll be dying.
Anyway, so I just what a stupid thing to post on there. Just leave it blank. But with that being said, so hopefully we'll find out more about this film as it progresses.
Sure.
But unfortunately, I was like, well, maybe I'll at least look up a trailer or whatnot. And I was like,
trailer looks good.
It even said you'd think so. Maybe you found different ones, but they're all just fan-made trailers.
Oh no, I thought I saw a real one.
Tony, did you see an actual one?
I thought okay, maybe I saw maybe I saw a good fan made one.
Yeah, they're all well, I saw the fan made one. The fan made one I saw where they're literally just using like the actors' profile pics from probably IMDb, but they're just like,
no, that's not.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
That's
I was
not. I'll have to look. I'll look in to see what the one fact I do like about xenomorphs from Aliens is that Disney owned them when they bought Fox. So technically, Alien is a Disney princess.
Mm-hmm. I like that part. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. I do want to apologize because you are getting the occasional buzz. I don't know how to turn off all these notifications. I am still blowing up on Instagram from the whale dick video. It is now at over 3.6 million views. I don't know how to stop it, frankly. So
I mean, see, I've been going viral, but in a different way.
Yeah.
So you guys are all going to want to get checked.
That's what the occasional ding and buzz it's like going on around me.
Yeah, it's from my ding ding.
Yeah. So I was going to go into something that like Adam did this a little while back. I thought it was kind of a fun thing where he would look up the episode number. We're on 130, and he'd try to correlate a weird 130. And so I have a couple things here.
I've just been waiting for 138.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, Tony.
Okay, so the first two,
we are 130.
The first two are worth like saying aloud, but the third one I thought was interesting. So in science, there are 130 known chemical elements, including the synthetic ones. Oh. So there's that.
Okay.
In historical, the 130 Years' War, which lasted from 1337 to 1453, was the unofficial name for the conflicts between England and France during the Middle Ages.
Really?
So just 130 years of war. We're in like 27 years of our war.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
Now.
Well, I mean I feel like that. I mean, there's still ripples of that hatred.
Yeah.
I mean, like the English and the French. I mean, don't they stereotypically hate each other?
Well, yeah, they don't like each other. They both of them smell, and neither one likes it. So,
there you go.
So you know what? Yeah.
One has better cheese.
That's what I said. But I thought this was interesting. Sonnet 130 was William Shakespeare's one of his most famous sonnets, and I thought I would just read it, add a little culture to this.
Okay, sure.
And what was interesting about it, it's a love poem, but I'll just read it.
It's about like
here.
Does he mention WAP?
Just listen to it. That's the thing. It felt like a Cardi B thing, but all right.
Wet ass sonnet.
I thought this was interesting. All right, are you ready? All right.
Yeah.
It goes. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun.
Hell yeah.
Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are done. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked, red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in her breath that from my mistress reeks.
So
I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go, my mistress, when she walks, treads the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love as rare as any she belied with false compare.
So it's about a chick with stinky breath and bad hair, and her tits are done?
I think he's in love with an ugly chick, but he really likes her. It's just something about her.
She doth have great personality.
And that's exactly what. And it's,
she doth have great jokes.
Yeah.
Similar likes.
But she's not too loud. It'd be like that's the best compliment.
like what? Can you read the part about her hair again?
Yeah.
And her breast stinking?
Yeah, if hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head.
It's just succulent, wiry hair.
And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I
feel like you can't really say reeks and breath and then it'd be a positive thing.
It just seems like my grandparents, by all accounts from the outside, hate each other.
Yeah.
Unless you're just with them, and then you just realize, they just insult each other out of like this weird form of abusive endearment, And it's like, so I thought it was worth mentioning because it was like, this is a love poem.
It's not as poetic nowadays, so they'd be like, "You're so good at wrecking everything."
Yeah,
Right.
I like the thing is that'd be a great breakup letter. I love you. This is the ultimate gaslighting, or I guess lantern lighting back then.
Lamplighter was a isn't that one of those a lamplighter? Like that's one of those like aged out professions, like technology wrecked it, right?
Yeah. So that was Shakespeare's love poem, Sonnet 130. You're all a little more cultured. Bring it up at a party and act like you're better than people. You're welcome.
Yeah. Along with while you're telling them like drunkenly that they need to donate their pacemaker to a dog.
I'll come get it. Yeah. But you're just holding my dog's pacemaker. keeping it warm. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Mind meld.
All right. So now I'm going to help some of our listeners here who aren't aware, but have you heard about the Panera lemon party going on here?
Actually, I did hear something about Panera this week.
Hey Siri, Google image search for lemon party. I should pull up some good stuff. Did I get it?
I know what a lemon party is.
Yeah. It's real party. So anyway, Panera bread they have that charged lemonade.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now linked to a second death.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have heard about this?
It like going to it. I don't want to ruin it.
Did I just wreck your phone, Tony?
I have a.
Is it looking up lemon party?
Yeah.
I hope it is.
The phone's like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Why did I get sentience update?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, go into it because I do have a story about it.
So
actually.
all right, okay. Well, with that being said, Dennis Brown of Fleming Island, Florida, suffered a fatal cardiac arrest after consuming 3 charged lemonades on October 9th. Now Brown. Now I do have to mention, and this is like not even the funny part or anything like that. It's kind of sad, but he has a chromosomal deficiency disorder, developmental delay, and mild intellectual disability. So he avoids like energy drinks due to his high blood pressure. So, but he was just drinking lemonade.
He's also getting lemonade at Panera. So
yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry, but like, and I don't want to hit into this too quickly, but it's like I don't think I've ever been like, this lemonade probably has too much. I mean, I've thought maybe like
that's my point.
Sugar,
that's what I was talking about. It's like the term charged. That's not enough of an indicator of caffeine. That's I would think like extra sour. I would think lots of sugar. I would think
like it's not free.
Yeah, isn't it like it's like 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is like I think an average cup of coffee is like 60 to 160, right?
Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
So I got some facts for you. So the first death was actually Sarah Katz. She was an Ivy League student who died after consuming the same beverage. I do want to point out too that I did come across an article that said that Sarah Katz also had a pre-existing heart condition. Yep. Okay. Right. So and I
so a dog got hooked up.
And I just want to say this too, Tony, like you, because of your heart issues, you don't drink things with caffeine in it, right?
No, I still do.
Oh, you do? Okay, then fucking YOLO. We'll get him a charge.
Yeah. All right. But I will say when you do, you understand there's caffeine in it.
It's YOLO.
It's low caffeine.
Yeah, but YOLO stands for you only lemonade once.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so Panera's charged lemonade is promoted as a plant-based clean drink with a caffeine equivalent of dark roasted coffee. Now, the thing with dark roasted coffee, I'm not sure if you know how. I used to think like, oh, coffee, like dark roast, like oh, that's the fucking stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess actually light roast coffee has more caffeine in it because as you roast it, it burns off all the caffeine. So dark roast coffee actually has less coffee in it. That's why. I just hit my 10,000 steps by emphatically talking about coffee here. So anyway, with that being said, like that, decaffeinated coffee, they will just roast the coffee, the caffeine out of it. Right?
Sure.
Or as much as they can. So with that being said, they were promoting it as having as much caffeine as a dark roast coffee that they offer. All right, so a large charged, that's a tongue twister, lemonade contains, guess how many milligrams of caffeine?
200.
390 milligrams of caffeine.
Yes.
which is exceeding the caffeine that Panera's dark roast coffee have. It actually is more than the standard cans of Red Bull and Monster combined.
Right.
Which, can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, it's
right. That gives you wings.
Yeah.
Right. Now, healthy adults, they say, can consume about up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, according to the FDA. Right?
I will say, if you drank 3 of them, they must taste fucking great. Dude, because I've had a lemonade. I've never went back for when I was a child, I'm like, I want another lemon. I haven't gone for 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
Must be.
They were parched.
Yeah,
but
I hope he knew what he was doing. I'm going to kill myself in Panera today.
I mean, I have been told, or I saw a meme or whatever that said like Panera is just overpriced hospital food.
That's true.
Which is super funny to me. But he's like maybe missed it, and I don't know.
Sure.
Now Brown did consume, like I said, 3 of these things right before his death.
It's a lot of lemonade,
which is but it's unclear if he actually knew of the caffeine content. And I only mentioned the preconceived whatever pre-existing things with him is because maybe his cognizance, he didn't know.
At what point is it manslaughter on these employees? Well, I mean, at what point if you're like, can I get another one?
Well, that's what they're kind of going after here.
Oh, okay.
They're being charged like Panera is being charged with like negligent.
Should have cut him off.
You've had enough, buddy.
I'll tell you when I fucking had it.
Dude, it's like. And man, it's like I don't know. I mean, they say that caffeine makes you like a little bit smarter, because it makes your neurons fire faster or whatever.
I guess the reason I knew about it was I heard it from a friend whose daughter ordered a charged lemonade.
And how old's the daughter?
10. But the thing is the employee actually they put it in and the manager came out and they're like, oh, actually, you sure you want? She didn't even kibosh it. She asked like, do you want your kid to have a pound of caffeine? No. Yeah. And what it was just the term charged lemonade in my friend who's a parent didn't equal caffeine, and neither did the term charged lemonade in the daughter equal an adult drink. So I do think this is like a labeling problem. Just put caffeinated lemonade.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
You know what I mean? It's like because you would never cryptically hide. I guess they do with alcohol a little bit, but you have to legally put it on. Some of the energy shot ones where it's like half Red Bull, half booze. All
right. Well, I just have to at least say that Panera, they're headquartered in Delaware, right? So they express their sympathy towards Brown's family, asserting the merit of the lawsuit.
Okay.
Now, after the first lawsuit, Panera added detailed warnings about the beverage's consumption on its premises and the website. So I'm not sure when your friend's 10-year-old ordered that drink, but I'm assuming it's somewhere around in the fall because then they started coming out warning, right?
What was this week?
Oh, it was this week. Okay, so it was after the second death then.
Yeah, because we were going somewhere and we stopped by Panera. And I was getting a coffee, and it was on the menu or whatever it was. And then Lindsay was like, "There's this funny story that happened."
Oh, okay,
so that's
hysterical funny.
Yeah.
So I have to say that I am surprised truly about how much caffeine is in that lemonade.
You don't need that much.
390 milligrams of
lemonade
caffeine.
Is like a leisure drink.
Especially, like I said, especially like a lemonade. To me, it's weird that I don't know to charge it with that. I don't know. I never thought man. I'm getting really tired. I need lemonade.
That's what I mean. I got to study for this test. Give me a lemonade. Yeah. Normally it's like a Mike's Hard lemonade. It's been going booze's way for a few years now.
But also, is it weird that I kind of want a couple cups of this shit?
I want to try it.
I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I think maybe for the next podcast we'll get we'll butt chug some or something. I don't know. But honestly, I drink so much coffee. I consume so much caffeine. I could probably have at least one of these cups of lemonade and probably take a nap.
This would be a great eulogy. We both die from these things.
Tony's and then they said
they died from a lemon party.
Yeah, please put it on my tombstone. I died from a lemon party.
I do have something.
There's a stop a Google moment.
I'd say I can go into basically the opposite of this story.
Okay.
Which was, I saw a weird little fact.
Someone lived from lemonade.
No. Apparently penguins take thousands of naps a day.
Thousands?
Thousands.
All right, I'm doing that math really quick. Hold on.
No, it's fine. Because basically, so they put
thousands in a day.
Yep. They put electrodes and sensors on penguins to basically, measure something. And basically, they were noticing it would drop into a non-REM state for about 4 seconds. At a time,
all right. I was gonna say, do you know how many minutes or seconds are in a day?
No, but I bet I bought to find out.
86,400.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
like one every 8,060 seconds.
So
Blinks out
every
for,
86.4 seconds.
I didn't dive a ton. I'm not aware.
No, that's
I'm
crazy.
sure it
No, I'm
does
just saying,
still
like, that's
sleep.
like
but
that's just me at work.
the theory was that it was based off more of a vigilant thing because like we all watch March of the Penguins. We watch those fucking things sit on those eggs in the winter for 6 months and
I just know they were napping the whole time.
Dude, I used to nod off in school sitting up. When you wake up and you're like, ah. But basically, what is interesting about that is they think staying vigilant to protect the egg. This might be important to science because it does appear that small incremental states of sleep do have a cumulative effect that could equal a long period
I
of
saw
sleep.
that Seinfeld episode with Kramer who kept sleeping every 4 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's interesting in the sense of like space travel, stuff like that, where if like you could design or even just people that have issues with sleep. I just thought it was interesting.
I do know that actually listener M in Denver, she told me that it's either she said that because she's in the medical field.
Yeah.
She said that doctors, it's either for humans at least, it's either 20 minutes or 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's what we have to nap. Like you can't nap just for 5 hours or 1 hour or something like that. It's literally they depending on what the necessity or the availability, they will literally nap for 20 minutes. I guess it's something with the REM or whatever.
It's your REM cycle. Basically, if you drop into a certain amount of sleep, it gives you a beneficial bring back. But if you drop into too deep of a sleep, the mental
it's
fog.
like Inception.
Yeah, it's basically like you worked against yourself.
Okay.
Unless you can reach
Just
this.
too tired.
Yeah, it's either like a small chunk or at least this big of a chunk is beneficial. Like an hour-long nap. Well, like you've all done that. You've slept for like an hour and your day's just kind of like fucked.
Yeah.
Unless you have a charged lemonade, apparently.
3 of them.
But,
and then you're really fucked. No, I will say like I know for a fact like myself, there's been times where I'm like I cannot keep my eyes open.
Yeah.
And I'll just because of what listener M said, I will just set my phone for set an alarm for 22 minutes.
Sure.
And then sometimes I'll wake up a couple minutes before and I'm like, I feel like I had a charged lemonade. So I don't know. She said actually what they'll do is because I guess caffeine or in coffee, it will take about 20 minutes to really hit you.
Yeah.
Right? In your system. So she said what a lot of the doctors will do is that they will go to take a nap for the 20 minutes, close their eyes, but they'll slam coffee and then they'll lay down. So then all of a sudden they kind of when
bounce
they wake
back.
up. Yeah.
Systematic assholes.
No, I kind of dig it.
It is smart. It's the way to do it. We got anything over there? I guess
I do.
there's
Actually, I have a couple movie things here. So,
Sure.
All right. The next movie that I'm really excited about, and I don't mean to make this between two
I
ferns
love
movie talk.
movies.
Yeah, I know.
I'll talk about movies all day.
Yeah. So, the next movie I'm very excited about for 2024. I think the reason why I'm saying this because I have such high hopes because remember 1999.
I loved it.
Dude, 1999
Matrix.
was just Fight Club, just so many great movies were came out in 99. So I'm wondering if this is 2024 is going to be that one for us, right?
Sure.
So I love Mad Max, the newest one with Tom Hardy. Well, but I love Mad Max so much, but I remember watching it, I was like, what's her name? Charlize Theron's character, Furiosa?
The dick Instagram whale things are driving me crazy. I don't know how to
No
turn
worries.
it off.
Yeah, it's okay. But Furiosa, her character was so cool. I was like, man, they should have just called it Mad Maxine.
Yeah, it's good.
It made the story about her, right?
Yeah.
Well, with the collective unconscious, I think hit the writers because they're all of a sudden we need a backstory on Furiosa, right? So now part of the Mad Max saga, so we might start getting a few of these movies, but Furiosa is getting a backstory.
Yeah, the same
Right?
director too. That was my first question is it George Miller again? And it is. So
obviously this is going to be a prequel of the character of the same name. But I'm very excited about this movie. I'm super pumped and because I feel like we've gushed about Mad Max on this podcast in the past.
Yeah.
But I think they only use CGI I think just to create the dust storm or something like that. But everything else, I believe there's 88 vehicles that they created. And I think only 12 or 20 survived because they all just smash the shit out of all of them.
Yeah,
those
easily
are
one of my
real
top 10 movies.
Yeah, it's so good. But I guess her character is being played by that real
The Queen's Gambit.
fucking hammerhead
You can
shark.
not sneak up on her. Dude, Facebook Meta was like, you can't fit. we don't have a VR. You can get an R or a V. You can't get both.
She looks like a hammerhead shark. Dude.
Yeah,
but anyway.
she has a vision of a deer. You know.
Remember?
She could probably see the back of her head.
Oh man, we're just.
She's so pretty, and honestly, like I hope someone's like, leave that movie star alone, and I won't because you've seen her face. But
dude, do you remember what's that found footage with all the VHS shit?
I think it's called VHS.
Is it VHS? Remember the one where the chick, like the one where her head, it's a succubus and her head splits open in the middle.
I never actually saw it.
Really?
Yeah, I just remember the
Tony, help me. Anyway, but like that's what she reminds you of, like where the head starts splitting. I'm like, right there. But anyway, so it's being played by her. But you can actually,
So the cast is mutant.
yeah. But no, you can actually watch some great trailers, unlike the Romulus bullshit, right?
Yeah. Her X-Men name would be widescreen. You know? It's like she's 16:9. You gotta.
Oh man,
you got a 16:9.
Is it like that's like a $6 cab ride between the two?
Yeah.
But anyway, but with that being said, we can the two of us, because we're so perfect looking, right? We can see this as I suck in the whole time.
Trust me, you're punching up.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not even coming close.
No, not at all.
You gotta pick an eye. Like Al Bundy said one of my favorite insults towards a woman in the last 100 years. She's like, and in Married with Children, she's like, I can't believe you'd say it to my face. He'd be like, well, I'd say it to your back, but I only got half a tank of gas.
I knew exactly where you're going with that. I love it. So anyway, you can watch. Here's a stop and Google moment, listeners. You can actually watch the preview to Mad Max's Furiosa, the teaser trailer, and it's super cool.
And she is an excellent actress.
Yeah,
she's very
she
talented.
is great. I'm just being a dickhead.
Yeah.
But no, you can watch it, and obviously one of the most striking things about Furiosa, the character, is what?
She's missing an arm.
She's missing an arm. Yeah. She has this like weird android kind of crazy robotic arm. Yep. So, but of course, in the beginning, they show her like, and this isn't spoiler alert because it's just in the trailer, her being like seemingly sold maybe as a kid, right? 2 arms. So obviously not born that way. So I'm really interested to see how she's going to lose that arm, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm super excited for that.
Surprised you didn't mention also Thor's in it.
Thor's in it,
Yeah.
so Chris Hemsworth. So yeah, and there's a few other people too that are in it, but it's gonna be kind of the same genre, you know, like as you know, a lot of like nice movie car smashes and stuff. So I'm pretty excited.
I was gonna say I wanted to go right into a catfish because I'm kind of excited about it.
You can explain.
Why
what
don't
a
you
catfish
explain a catfish, Wally?
Oh man, where's Renee when we need her? So once upon a time.
Yeah.
So no, okay. So basically, what Jake's gonna do is Jake is going to read off 3 articles.
Yes.
One of them is true. The other 2 are bullshit. So I have to figure out which one. Did you theme them?
Yeah, there's a theme.
Okay.
And actually, this one I'm excited about because I actually have the answer is a video reveal.
Ooh. So this is going to be for the YouTube. So we have most of our listeners are on Spotify, which I get, obviously. But man, if you start paying attention to Jake's YouTube, your editing is getting pretty great. So,
well, the audio will still be there, obviously, and you'll get the answer. Okay. So number 1, homeless man without arms now sits in jail for allegedly stabbing a man in South Beach.
I mean, I hope it's that.
Number 2. Equestrian with prosthetic legs clinches championship in show jumping.
Wait, say that again.
Equestrian with prosthetic leg clinches championship in show jumping.
Okay. I don't believe that. It's like, time to put her down.
Okay. Legendary helicopter pilot missing limb becomes local tourist attraction.
Right. So the first one we have...
I'm going to dial up the video answer too real quick.
Okay, so the first one we've got like an unarmed armed man, right?
Yeah.
All right. The second one we've got life's actual hurdles, right? And then the third one, what was the third one again?
Oh, I got to flip back. I got the video up here. Third one is Legendary helicopter pilot, missing limb becomes tourist attraction.
Oh my God, I got something Black Hawk Down. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, I'm gonna go number one.
Number one?
I'm gonna go number one.
Number one, number two. Number two-ish. Okay, that's all two-ish. Okay.
Going three.
All right.
Okay.
I gotta turn the sound on here. I'm gonna crank it up. I was really happy with this one. Okay, and here we go all at once.
Please be. Is it the horse?
Oh, God.
Oh.
We're doing
A homeless man now sits in jail for allegedly stabbing a man on South Beach. Jonathan Crenshaw is known by some locals for painting with his feet because he has no arms. The victim claims he asked Crenshaw for directions when he suddenly pulled out a pair of scissors with his feet and stabbed him in the arm. Crenshaw, however, says that man punched him in the head first while he was sleeping and he acted in self-defense.
You know, I recognize that guy. You know how I know him?
Yeah. No.
Dave Poitney, or the pizza, the guy from
Barstools?
Barstool.
Yeah.
So there's an there's an episode of that where how do you say his name? Dave Portnoy.
Portnoy.
So Dave Portnoy, he's like eating pizza, and all of a sudden that dude walks by, like
that guy
with a rolling suitcase. Play for the YouTube viewers.
Yeah.
But or Tony, can you bring it up right up? But that guy on Barstool Sports, the guy's like, how is he holding it? How is he carrying that suitcase? Because he's dragging a suitcase, but he's like, as he's walking by the camera, he talks some shit to Dave. Okay.
That's got to be a setup then.
I don't know, but he's like, how's he doing that?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, watched it a few times because I don't know how he's doing that.
Well, there are a few accounts that there's one guy, and I believe his whole TikTok account is basically he doesn't have arms, like he was born without them, and he's like refinishing a kitchen. And I'm like, if I already didn't feel like a big enough piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
And he's just doing it without complaining.
To be fair though, my arms get tired.
That's true. Legs have much more stamina. I was actually just yelling about HGTV, and this is my experience with HGTV. Whenever it would be on at like in-laws' house, whenever we go anywhere, and
you got it.
This is every bit of what HGTV would
Jake,
do.
Please.
Hold on, I'm coming up here.
Keep going, yeah.
No, I was gonna say. All right, I'm gonna watch something real quick.
That's why I throw in garlic bread because it looks fucking awesome. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna splurge on that garlic bread. One bite, everyone knows the rules. Block's Pizza Deli.
Dave Portnoy, Lakers.
Open kind of looking style looks pretty good right there.
It does look all right.
Did a little drizz on it.
Oh my God!
And don't forget to give it to a crack cat. That's all we got on the pizza. Crack cat.
I think he had a leash. Now I'm thinking I got catfish.
How's he pulling it?
No one's brain worked for a second. You see, everyone just hit the reset button.
I was left speechless by that guy.
I was left speechless by that guy. I think he said, feed it to a crack addict. My instinct was shove it in his mouth because I don't think he had arms yet. He was pulling his suitcase.
There's actually a couple of amazing artists that don't have arms either. They'll draw like
of course.
portraits.
Yeah.
Just be happy, man. Just life.
Dude,
Life
yeah.
is a thing.
Dude,
Life
I
is
like-
a fucking beautiful
like-
thing. Can't take it for granted.
Just whole perspective on shit.
Honestly,
Life is fragile.
all right.
Life is fragile, dude. He was talking about garlic bread, and it just blew his mind. Like that's a real
The
reaction.
guy swept the leg.
Oh man.
So they all, HGTV.
Oh,
It was I think I was just gonna end the
dude, it just wrecked Jake. Dude,
Yeah.
like,
No,
I told you.
it's fine. It's hilarious, and actually, like I feel like a dick because I do need those videos to like make me shut up a little bit.
Yeah.
But with HGTV, basically their whole premise is like, hey, you know that kitchen that you live in and it's fine, it's a kitchen. Did you know that it's actually a piece of shit? And that's its whole premise. And unless you're willing to spend like $60,000 and destroy your marriage, like remodeling this thing over the next 6 months, then you're fine just living in a terrible place.
What they should call it
yeah.
is like, you ever not hated washing your dishes in the bathtub?
Yeah.
To remodel your kitchen.
So they go in, they're like, oh my God, this countertop is like
it's granite.
3
We want quartz.
3 to 4 years. This is not vegan sourced granite. Do you cut meat on this? It's just like ridiculous. It's sponsored by Home Depot, of course.
Yeah, of course. So something that I should have probably not even like shoehorned in, but
good job. Number one, you good job.
Did I get it?
Yeah,
okay,
you got it right.
I feel like,
you were correct, and now
Dude.
I think I got catfished.
It's funny. But I just want to say, like, that charged lemonade
Yeah.
that we were talking about, you know what it made me think of?
No.
If you're looking for a coffee.
Oh. Listen, listeners, if you're looking for the seams, you won't find it. It's a seamless transition.
There we go. So
You
we
were
got,
here,
we
now
got Dead
you're
City
here.
Coffee.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is Heavy Metal Coffee Roasters, born in hell, roasted in Wisconsin. You can find them at their website at deadcitycoffee.com, Instagram at Dead City Coffee, or Facebook at Dead City Coffee. And if you live in Rock County, you can probably get a hand delivery by Rocky himself. So there we go. Thank you very much, Rocky. And this is his new coffee. I said, you know what? I really like the red bag. It's going to pop.
Yeah.
Against here, but this is the Destroyer. So we haven't actually. This is a high octane Bring the Pain, and you know what he gave me a sample of?
I was going to talk to him to see if he want to start offering lemonade. Is the new caffeine
lemonade?
The new vehicle of caffeine is
There we go.
lemon.
Yeah, it's just like an actual lemon with crack on it. No, so he actually gave me a sampler, a pot pack, I guess they call it, but we just like one pot coffee worth, and I wanted to have you try it because.
Slinging pot?
No, it's spicy.
Oh, no. This is like those people that put like spicy with chocolate. Like, get out of this world. What are you doing?
Dude, actually one of my favorite, I mean, this off the cuff here, but one of my favorite candies, I don't really eat a lot of candy, but when I do, I love it when go to like a groceria and they'll have the like the suckers dipped in like the chili powder and stuff.
I don't even know how Fireball's a company. It seems like joke liquor you buy as a joke to piss people off.
Anyway,
And
so
you like let them know it sucks on the way in, and they still try it. I don't understand their business model at all.
It's good. It's kind of got the spicy and sweet. you know?
Okay, sure.
So kind of like me.
Is it? All right. Actually, I wanted to talk about something that I saw in the news, and I thought this was interesting, and is because of the rising death toll in Ukraine, the conflict, Putin is urging Russian women to make having 8 or more children the new norm.
Oh, okay.
Does this ring a bell at all from our past episodes?
Are you talking about that Russian, 69 children?
It is 69 children.
Yeah,
God damn, I
remember.
hate his fucking memory. I have the worst memory possible. Adam has
Dude,
this,
I'm
like,
going to remember 69.
that's fair. Yeah.
It's going to stick out.
But I just thought it was...
Especially if it's the worst kind of 69 where the girl's on her back.
That's the devil's 69. I think that's a 96, actually. That's not how you're supposed to do it.
It's the 86. You're welcome, baby.
7, 8, 9. So I had it on here back a couple of years back, our Mother's Day episode. I got fascinated. I fell down a rabbit hole of like who had the most children, and far and away a Russian woman named Valentina.
That's a womb with a view.
Vasilyev, probably, and her husband Fedor Vasilyev are alleged to hold the record for the most children that has been produced. She gave birth to a total of 69 children.
Yeah,
this
chick's
included.
That chick's uterus is like a clown car.
Yeah, seriously. I think I have like clown car written down, but it said, and this is what's crazy: 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, 4 sets of quintuplets, between 1725 and 1765 for a total of 27 births.
God damn, dude! Like she wanted to
rabbits.
Yeah,
like just
meat rabbits.
And it was like at the end of the article, it was also there was another link where it's Kim Jong-un was a video of him crying as he urged.
I saw the headline to that, but I thought it was
women.
fake. That's real.
Urging women to have more children.
He was
as
like
well.
crying to like weird.
I mean, I might have been catfish on that one. It was buttressed up to the end of like I think the Putin thing was real.
Yeah,
and
I believe you.
But with Russia, they are facing like. Actually, a lot of countries are. China's facing it. Japan, oldest country in the world, very bad housing crisis with basically people aging out because of extremely low birth rates. And I know North Korea, well, let's face it sucks there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you don't think there's too many Russians?
No. It's one of those. I think Putin thinks there's too few of Russian. I think 8 kids is that would make a bad. 8 kids is a bad family dynamic. I was the 3rd, and I got away with way too much. The 8th got to run the house of, I imagine, just a broken-hearted mom.
The 8th kid is getting raised by the 2nd.
Yeah, honestly, anyone past 5, I'm surprised they're not named 6, 7, and 8.
How many
how
many are in your family? 6? 6?
How is your name not? Who's named 6? That would be the name of the 6th one.
Are you? What number are you? 2.
2?
Right.
Yeah,
so you raised the 6th. Didn't
parents
you?
still care. They're like, let's see what this one turns out like. But just by the 6th, it's like Scream sequels. Like, who gives a shit? It's just like, it's this guy. You know?
I don't think I trust your dad to pull out of a driveway.
And then there's like a 10-year gap, and they're like, I guess the franchise ended, and bam, 2 more.
Yeah. All of a sudden, bam, Alien Romulus.
Exactly. Big time.
There we go. Let's figure
Romulus is a great name.
Yeah,
actually, Romulus.
That's who founded
Succession.
Rome.
That's what I'm thinking of. And you're the show you love, Succession,
yeah.
which you got me watching, and I was going to recommend that at a point.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, speaking of like HBO shows, but The Boys.
Yeah, new season's coming out.
I'm pretty excited for that. Okay. I'm gonna hit my last movie thing. It's quick here. So again, going off of 2024, this might be a year of great movies here, and this isn't usually the movie hour. So thank you for bearing with me.
It can be the movie hour. I love movies. Message me about movies.
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Really?
Beverly Hills Cop 4. I know Tony saw it.
I haven't.
Dude. Eddie Murphy is back, man.
He's back with Dolomite. Dolomite's one of my favorite movies.
And I don't want to spoil it. I'm just going to say, like, here's your stop and Google moment. Just, like, watch the preview. But I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Like, they even have the dun, 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 dun.
I'll be excited about that, yeah.
Like, but with, like, and a lot of, like probably 90s hip-hop. Like,
sure.
And even the, like, going back to Cali, all that shit. But, like, it's going to be... I'm excited for it, man. I'm going to have to I like to make a lot of Banana the Tailpipe references, and I feel like people don't totally get it, but I'm going to bring it back.
Eddie Murphy doing an LA cop movie post-2020. Let's see what subjects he tackles.
There we go.
It should be good.
Anyway.
Actually, I did have I guess not a movie recommendation, but I guess I look forward to something we've all been looking forward to for quite a while, almost a decade. See if you can get there before I get there. And actually, it's featured in one of our favorite states. Not a movie format, but rather a video game. Do you know where I'm going with this?
No.
The new Grand Theft Auto trailer finally came out.
Okay.
So it's been almost a decade.
GTA's in
Vice City, Florida.
Okay.
Vice City is going to be in Florida, the new one. We're going back to Vice City.
Yeah.
And what I thought was interesting is they had a trailer that came out. And, the cat's back. And every like scene from this trailer, which looks wild because you're like, look at this crazy ass video game. Every scene is modeled off exact real footage of things that took place in Florida.
Really?
Like there was this lady that walked out with like 2 hammers threatening people. That's in there. There was like this chick twerking on the top of a car going on the highway. That's in there. But what was interesting was there was a guy that looks up at the camera from like, when you're in the court video where you're like talking to the judge. And he looks like the Joker.
Oh my
that was
God.
Based off a real guy from Florida, but I saw that real guy.
Is he suing?
Yeah, I don't know if he's suing, but I saw a video of him basically saying, and I quote, I had here, give me a mill or two, Rockstar. Look, you got me. That's me. I'm that guy. Give me money. And which was the most Florida thing I've heard in a while. But I'm excited about it. I'm mad it took 10 years to do, but Rockstar games, they don't do anything fast, but they do it well. And they had Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a fantastic game.
I'd rather they take their time.
Exactly.
The reason why we're talking about it now is because they do great stuff.
Yeah. So it did finally release, and there's a lot of controversy swirling around it because I've heard rumors that it might be up to $150 for the actual game.
Really?
But it's basically because they're making the case that like the amount of game development for this game is so significantly more than other games.
Yeah, but is it going to be on a new system?
It'll probably be only on like PS5, Xbox, and PC. I'm imagining. But at this point, listen, Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's going to be on.
Do you remember going back? That was the first one that finally just gave me full top nudity in a game.
Yeah, it's a hot coffee mod.
No. That was the one it got pulled for. But GTA 5, they actually had like a strip club. It's a mature rated game. You go in there. It's one of those things like, of course, you should see nudity. And then once you could, it immediately wasn't a big deal
anymore. You're like, ow.
So
That I can just Google boobs.
Exactly.
See better than those 2 pixels.
yeah. So I'm excited for that. The release is in 2025, which will be 2026.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
So,
Well, do you want to talk about our best sponsor here?
oh, if you haven't been in the Comedy Cabin, what's interesting too is I talk to a lot of people, tattooing in Janesville, and my favorite thing over the last year is most people, it's gone from what's that to, oh, I haven't got there yet. And I honestly, if you haven't got there yet, I can't recommend it enough. Like the weather's starting to suck. Oh, it does suck. It's not winter yet, but it is cold. But like get down there on a weekend. There's nothing better than like being in your own city, swinging down, catching a great show, and not being on the belt line on the way home.
I think one of my favorite things about obviously besides the proximity and whatnot, but the cool thing about the Comedy Cabin is that there's these big names that will go there, and then they just go and like hang out in the back, and you can sit there after the show and be like and chat with them, be like, hey man, like that was great, whatever. They're just like like I've been to countless comedy shows, and of course like you don't see them.
No,
they were like they just smoke bomb, they're gone forever. So but like it's just super interesting, like going back and just like giving the knuckle bump to Bobcat Goldthwait. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, thank you so much. Like that was great. He's like, hey, thanks, man.
honestly, just hanging out with Sam Talent afterwards.
Yeah, it was just amazing. So
like actually, I was at a show where Sam Talent came back, and I had just seen him, and legitimately, he made a lady next to me laugh so hard that it stopped the show for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And he was saying like, you should scoot away from her, otherwise your pants are going to absorb her piss.
She's gonna pee your pants.
Yeah.
Dude, and I just want to say, like, you can buy your tickets at CaptainLaughs.com. Go there, and give them a like on Facebook, follow them, and everything else. So
Can't say enough good stuff.
Oh, and I do
Tell
want to
Nathan
say
he has a small penis, though. He loves that. So.
he loves it. We carpet bomb him with it. And thank you very much, Tony, for making Jake slur his words. So there we go.
I don't think I'm slurred at all. I can't hear it.
I'm projecting right now.
No, I don't hear it now. I'll hear it later. I'll hate myself.
Man, I love it when Jake. I'm like, hey, make sure you edit that out. He's like, oh, I will. And I'm like,
100%.
That's where I farted. Thank you.
I'm under holiday stress right now. I haven't bought anything.
So are you ready to hear about my last story here?
Of course.
Okay, so now a man is serving a jail sentence for theft in Pattaya Beach. And by the way, in Pattaya Beach, Thailand, which, full disclosure, I've been there. Okay. And so during this...
Beach?
Pattaya. Right?
Pedophile?
No.
I know Thailand is famous for...
That's Epstein. Yeah. So anyway, during his incarceration, he started experiencing some severe genital infections.
Thailand.
Okay? Yeah, exactly. But what I didn't tell you is that before his incarceration, he had undergone injections for making his penis bigger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right? So, I mean, it's Pattaya. So, anyway, so apparently he thought that the procedure would bring him more happiness,
Or happiness.
Yeah,
Adam slowed it down and he mixed it with the word.
Just so you know, I've got like 4 more of these.
Yeah.
Okay, so
instead of experiencing more sackness.
so while being hospitalized for his infected genitals, he concocted an escape plan.
Can I ask? Is this the same oil that like people will make their muscles big with, or something like that?
What's that called? Synthol. I think that Synthol. I think the guys will do this.
That's the same premise that this guy's going for? I
don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know if they're injecting their dicks, but yeah. But in their muscles, it's like Synthol or something.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just some sort of something. Right? So anyway, he asked his wife to smuggle pliers in his package so he could cut the chains on his ankles.
Okay.
Are we doing like a pun counter here?
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, so maybe Jake will play the video of this guy like limping out of the hospital for YouTube viewers, right?
Sure.
But now videos they'll show like that he like was limping away from the hospital and they began to search, but believing that he couldn't have gone too far because I guess he had like a urine tube, like
sure. Okay.
following behind him.
Sounds like if he's limping away, the surgery was a success.
Well, no, I don't know what they had to do to carve away or whatever and treat him as whatnot. But the authorities, they captured him about 28 hours later. He was like standing on like a nearby rooftop building, right? Okay. And they didn't really specify whether if he's like just standing there erect or if he's kind of hunched over. Thank you. God damn, like
Thinking,
he's got too much black in
no,
him.
no, no. I'm saying like thinking about killing himself because it didn't go well.
No, he was. I just mainly wanted to hit the erect really hard.
Okay.
So anyway, but like his wife admitted to helping with the escape as well. I guess because he was missing his family, but he's not only facing new charges off after all this, but I just want to point out he's getting all these new charges, but he only had like a year and a half left out of like a 5-year sentence.
Okay.
But he had to he dipped out after this like botched penis, I guess hospitalization.
Sure. That's what I'm confused by. Like, so he
got a penis enlargement surgery.
Okay.
Procedure rather.
Sure.
But that infection started to happen like while he was incarcerated.
Why was he incarcerated?
For theft. He's had too much blackened.
No, I'm saying like, okay, fine.
This is your fault, Tony.
Yeah. So the theft was separate from the penis enlargement surgery?
Yeah, he didn't steal the dick.
No,
Like-
that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like
So he got arrested for theft.
so he goes there, he gets a penis enlargement surgery.
No. Let me walk you through it.
Okay.
So
I feel like I missed a connection flight here.
it's okay. It's okay. So we'll make it work. So he gets his dick enlarged.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The procedure, right?
Yeah.
They inject oils or whatever it is.
Got it.
And or kind of like they just add a bigger dick, kind of like what you did with that penis, the dork on the whale, right?
I'm
They just
suffering from
added a
that
bigger
too. My
dick,
phone won't
right?
stop vibrating.
Just Wilsiak.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
dragging his dick,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, he gets a bigger dick procedure,
Okay.
but gets caught stealing something. Didn't specify what.
That's when I like. Okay, so this was separate. He was making a
It's
bad
separate.
decision after
Yes.
a bad decision.
Yes. Much like was it Portoful Pyros, been caught stealing? Once
That was the part I
when
missed. It was like, why was he incarcerated for getting a bigger penis?
No.
Is this like broke down
Obviously,
palace?
this is all clickbait
So-
too, because like
Okay.
the headline, I was like, well, I got to click on that.
Of course, yeah.
It said botched penis surgery. So anyway, but then while he was incarcerated, he's probably not getting great meds in Pattaya Beach, Thailand.
Okay.
Okay,
That's what.
So then he
happened
started getting this massive infection in his dick. So
Sure.
then he gets brought to a place,
Okay.
a hospital, and so while he's recovering from the whatever procedures were happening to treat his infection, he had his wife fucking. I'm assuming like flesh pocket, like smuggle in like some pliers.
Sure.
He used those pliers to cut the ankle shackles, and then started limping his way out. Got caught 28 hours later
there. Okay.
on a rooftop. Not sure if he was standing erect. There we go. All right. Did we catch back up?
It's classic Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, I got it. And that was like I missed the disconnect because
Oh my God.
when you said he got the penis enlargement, I'm like, why would he be in jail?
Yeah, I
for
know.
that?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Well, it's Thailand, man. You can't have too big a one there.
Is that a rule? I know you can't chew gum.
That's Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, dude, in Thailand, it's fucking Wild West. You can do whatever you want.
Sure.
So anyway, but now that we've caught up,
All right.
thank you very much, longtime listeners and new listeners. I'm sorry that you unfollowed like 20 minutes ago, but so now the wife is not only just facing charges, but he's also got like maybe three more years on top of he only had like a year and a half left, right, for all this shit.
Sure.
So and I think the wife's like possibly getting 5 years for aiding to his escape.
Tragic.
Yeah, there we go. Mainly the main thing here is that like I guess
Who's the news reporter that's like catching the scent of this story and like
I mean, if all I'm saying is that if I just like was just filing
perusing hospital
Thailand penis surgeries,
yeah,
and I just
and you
happened to see
notice
that
you're
one guy
like bink
on the dink.
let's check in how he's
there we
doing.
go.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to end on a catfish?
Of course.
All right,
Sure,
let's hear
sure.
it. All right, so let's end on this beautiful catfish that I have themed for you and the listeners.
Okay.
All right, so number 1, woman who stole Green Bay Packers jersey sentenced to attend 2 home games wearing Chicago Bears attire.
That is beautiful punishment if true. Okay.
Number 2, woman who drove through school stop signs sentenced to stop 348 stop signs, 1 for each student.
Okay.
Number 3, woman who threw food at Chipotle employees sentenced to work at fast food job for 20 hours.
Okay. So the theme is being taught the lesson by the thing.
Crime
you
and
broke.
punishment.
Okay, sure. What was the last one? Chipotle.
Woman who threw food at Chipotle employee sentenced to work at fast food job for 20 hours.
Okay. All right, so the first one, Packer Bears, which is a combo I do love, especially because of the rivalry. This is one of those things like I'm not going to pretend that I don't know that I heard the headline on this one. So let's ask the audience on this because I do believe I know the story. So we got a 3, we got a 3, we got a 2.
Yeah, the number 2 is like looking around, changing.
I'm going to go with number 3.
You already saw this?
I did see this. So,
okay, all right.
like,
So, all right,
I was
there we
trying to
go.
be fun, but
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah,
I like how you tried to do 3.
You
but
hit
did 4.
Yeah.
Fucking what the
And
fuck?
then 6
Are you
was a
drinking
weird-
Blackened?
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So let me read them again
Yeah.
for all the listeners that haven't gotten this spoiled. All right. So number 1, woman who stole Green Bay Packers jersey sentenced to attend 2 home games wearing Chicago Bears attire.
Good punishment.
Number 2, woman who drove through school stop sign sentenced to stop at 348 stop signs, 1 for each student. Number 3, woman who threw food at Chipotle employees sentenced to work at fast food for 20. Fuck you guys. All right.
So
I know it was so recent. I was like, do I chance it? He hasn't mentioned it.
I did see it. So my guess
Right.
is number 3.
All right, so there you go. All right, great guess.
So
Okay, so a woman in Ohio who threw a burrito bowl at a Chipotle worker was convicted of assault and has been sentenced to an unusual punishment that includes working at a fast food restaurant for 2 months. Back in September, during a dinner rush, Emily Russell, then store manager, said she made and then remade. This is the frustrating part.
Yeah.
She made and then remade an order for Rosemary Hain. Ms. Hain was not satisfied with the final product. In a video shared online wildly, you could see, maybe for the YouTube viewers.
yeah, I'll find
right?
it. I'll find it.
You could see her yelling at Miss Russell before hurling the burrito bowl at her face. Here's a quote from Miss Russell. "I didn't expect that at all. I just blinked and then there was sour cream dripping from my hair."
I think here, sentence her to eat it. Sentence her to diarrhea. It's not Chipotle, right?
I actually like Chipotle. Pretty.
I mean,
Great, yeah.
it is fine, but
Okay, so anyway, so the judge sentenced Miss Hain to 180 days in jail with 90 days suspended. The judge offered her a chance to reduce the sentence with a catch. 60 of those days would be suspended if she worked 20 hours a week for 8.5 weeks or 60 days at a fast food restaurant. Now this is a quote by the judge.
Sure.
Now here's a lady who's almost 40 years old that never had any type of criminal record at all and then has had one bad day. I get that.
that's fair.
Right? He's like, I imploring the judge to not let this. Oh, I'm sorry, the attorney. I'm imploring the judge to not let this one day define her. Sadly, like if you're an employer, you ever Google her name, she's gonna pop up, right?
Can I ask? Do you ever send food back? Do you ever ask?
don't.
You ever ask them to remake it?
The chef could literally take a shit on my salad and I would eat it.
We've all watched
And I would
Waiting.
eat-
We've all learned that
I
you
just-
take the
I just
loss, don't go back to that place.
Yeah, that's me, and I don't even complain.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, thank you.
yeah. It's
See you later.
Yeah.
See you next time, and then just you'll never see me again.
and that's what it is. To where it's I do like the punishment. I think the judge is being creative here, and I think this is an important lesson. And I do agree that like no criminal record.
Well,
she has
that's the thing.
she has an anger issue that she lost control
I mean,
of.
you should watch the video. I don't know if you
I'll
saw the
look
video,
at-
but
no, I
she
haven't.
biffs it off her face.
Oh,
Like it wasn't like a like whoops. She like
for what it's worth, if she learns her lesson, that could have easily been plowing through someone with her car or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like
no,
anger
I
issues.
get it. And the reason why this one stuck out to me too is because a few episodes back we talked about I think it was New Jersey.
Sure.
It said like if you talk shit to an umpire at a little league game,
Exactly.
you will have to ump 3 games.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was something like that. I can't remember. The exact
essentially, like you
stipulation.
weren't allowed back on the field until you
did
umped
that,
a
yeah.
few games. And the
Yeah,
idea
so
is
then you
just
knew what
to
it felt like to
understand.
be shit on.
Yeah.
So with that being said, here's Miss Russell. She's the victim in all this. She said, "I thought she was going to get a slap on the wrist, but she didn't. She's going to have to walk in my shoes," which I appreciate because honestly, like she's kind of getting a lesser sentence by getting taught a bigger lesson,
Sure.
right? Because it's like, what if she was like, "I'll take the fucking court the jail days. I'm not working,
That's fine too.
I don't know. But I mean, well, that's up to her.
Yeah.
And I did have a question for you. If you had to do this, if you were in this situation, which I know you wouldn't do that. I know you're a nice guy. If you had to do this,
I mean, I've been mad.
where would you work if you had to pick a place? I've already thought about it.
You're saying where would I guess I don't understand. Where would I work?
Yeah, if you were this lady, what if you had to pick any fast food place, where would you work?
Probably Culver's. Or something
Culver's?
Like yeah, it's a little Midwest.
Culver's?
Midwest pride in
Culver's?
there. It's blue and white.
Bro, I am going Wendy's or Hardee's.
Why?
How many times have you been to a Wendy's or Hardee's in the last year?
0.
How many times have you been to a Culver's in the last year?
They're Scoopy nights.
Which do you think is going to be a worse shift?
I think personally Culver or Hardee's and the other one.
Dude, I'm gonna go to Wendy's or Hardee's and just chill for my 20 hours.
That was what I wanted to ask. Be like, does the manager get to rate you? Is it like a parole thing to where like you get written up back to jail?
I'm sorry, but am I right?
Dude,
I'm gonna go to the place that's like,
where people are already just doing their time.
Yes, thank you, man. I thought you were gonna. I mean, I was like, man, I didn't know if you were gonna say like.
No,
McDonald's
I like being good at my job. Why would you want to just go in and just like I fucking hate this?
Wait your time out.
I'd sit there and be like, I'll fucking earn a Butterburger.
I mean, I know that
this is source
everything
meat.
I just said. We probably just lost our Wendy's and Hardee's sponsorship.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's fine.
Wendy's, the place where the owner's daughter was like, "I'll be the mascot,"
Like,
and everybody was like, "What?"
Have you seen the actual Wendy's?
Yeah.
Eek.
Yeah. Hey.
Send Dave back.
Yeah. It's like the before picture of Jared.
Yeah. I'll take a square burger and not you.
No thanks. I'd like straight fries, please. Wait, curly fries.
Oh man. So anyway, that's all I have, man.
The only thing I'd have, just a caveat on the end of that, is I do have a movie recommendation, but
Oh, sure, let's hear
this
it.
is a weird one because I have not seen this movie myself, but I am recommending it because it's Godzilla -1. Heard of this at all?
No.
So what's interesting about this, Godzilla -1 was made with a $15 million budget. Right now there's like Godzilla vs. Kong, there's all this like and these are $200-300 million movies, but apparently this Godzilla -1 budget, it's starting to remind me, do you remember District 9?
I love District
Easily 9. One of the best movies I think I've ever
coming out
seen.
with like a sequel allegedly.
Forever. Neil Blomkamp, I believe, was the director, and honestly,
Blumkin?
he was in the running to be the Alien director for quite a while, and that would have been really, really great. But this Godzilla -1 nominated for an Oscar of Best Visual Effects, and I think it's, from what I've heard, it's an incredible throwback to the old style of Godzilla movies.
Okay.
And also the fact that it's made by what seems to be like a small cast, blowing the Godzilla Kong out
Still
of the water.
got a suit?
Yeah, and I think even like it's expanded into other theaters. Like I think Rockford's carrying it. I think Madison and even possibly Beloit's going to be carrying it. So go see Godzilla -1. It's supposed to be one of the best movies of the year. That's my recommendation.
I did hear that if you watch a Godzilla movie in reverse, it's about a very helpful lizard that rebuilds a city and moonwalks into the ocean.
I do love that. It's almost as fun as was it firefighting in reverse?
Oh my God, firefighting in reverse. If you haven't watched Firefighting in Reverse, it's horrific. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Hopefully,
Let's not put the video up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bunch of helpful men putting children back in the fire. like just one arm.
You're welcome.
Fighting gravity, one arm at a time.
Oh my God! All right.
Up you go.
So anyway, that's been episode
130.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare's best sonnet.
Yes.
So my name
Thank
is
you very much.
Jake William Bussey.
I'm Jake Adam William Bussey Riley.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Later, boners.
Wait, like and subscribe. I was
Oh
supposed
yeah.
to say that way earlier.
Something Patreon. Yeah. Okay.
You met me at a very strange time in my life.